Welcome to Graybo's Giblets. We are Gray Burnett, Ryan Fitz, and Duke Dodson, and we own a sports card shop called Graybo Sports Cards and a sports bar called Parlay in Richmond, VA. We know you don't have 40 hours per week to pour over podcasts and spreadsheets, but you want to get in on the action, so we do the work for you. We bring you 30-minute giblets each week so you can feel comfortable heading up to the window and into the weekend. We are the crossroads of sports lovers, fantasy heads, sports betting, and sports cards. We are out here dropping giblets for the people.
That was so good.
Thank you.
I just can't
clip that.
I just can't do the intro anymore. I think we should just clip that one and be done with it.
Yeah.
It sounded like somebody else talking.
Yeah.
I just couldn't speak today. I was struggling with the intro, and Duke has been giving me a hard time for the last 15 minutes, and I was like, you do it. And you did a good job.
Thank you, Greg.
All right, so here we are. Let's get into it, the college football week. We're going to talk real quick about Fitz's bad beats. Did you have any, Fitz? How was your week this week? Your hair looks great.
Thank you.
You got a beer with you. Got your beer. What?
My hair.
Your hair looks
I
good.
just did it in the bathroom. Was it like the rooster tail? Like when it sticks up in the back? I noticed how one of the last episodes.
He kept
was
saying
pretty
that last
aggressive,
episode.
So I changed the camera angle, so now you can't see the back of my head as much.
He did.
Are we doing the segment right now? Bad
Yeah.
Beats? Okay.
We can't wait to hear. The first thing I want to hear is your bad beats.
Bad beats was my hair last episode. This week was I didn't actually have one, but we had a close one. It was going to be glorious. The Notre Dame. It didn't end up mattering because
Tyler Buckner.
Yeah, the failed extra point. I had them at -6.5. They score a late touchdown to go up 6, and then miss the extra point. And I was like, this is perfect. But then obviously they lost the game, so it didn't matter. So
Imagine
bad beats.
if Notre Dame fans were as ruthless as like Alabama fans, they'd be like posts about how Tyler Buckner ruined our life when he started, and then he was on the bench. He still found a way to ruin our life.
Yeah, he came from Alabama.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
but what about you? Do you guys have any bad beats?
No bad beats, but if anyone bet on Penn State, that was a bad beat at the end of the game. I think it was like Penn State was -40 something. Anyways, Villanova at the buzzer had 0 points. Quarterback scrambling all over the place, almost falling out of bounds, and throws it in the back of the end zone. Amazing catch.
Maybe catch of the year.
Yeah, catch of the year, honestly, to beat the spread by 0.5 point, and so Villanova covered. And so James Franklin, once again, did not cover a spread for his alumni. That's a bad beat. I didn't take it, but if you did, that might have been one of the worst beats of the year. And it's only, the fourth week? So, Denny, do you have any?
my beats were so bad they don't qualify for bad beats because they weren't close enough.
Is Brent Pry considered a bad beat?
I think it was time. I don't ever root for anyone to get fired, but I said going into the game, if they go 0-3 losing to ODU, he's gone. And not only did they lose, they got shellacked. Like it's the lowest state of the program in its history. Even worse than when my dad played there and they went 2-8-1.
Locker room, lost the locker room. Bad culture right now. We always talk about good culture in a business. Mm-hmm. Bad culture. His body language on the sidelines.
Yeah,
he
just looks clueless. Whether he is or not, I don't know. I'm not there on the sideline with him, but he looked clueless. Second half against Vandy, I didn't watch much of the ODU game, so I didn't want to.
That's rough. We'll talk a little more probably, hopefully, about Virginia Tech. They'll still beat Virginia. It just happens, and it will happen forever. Let's get into the recaps, game of the weeks, and we'll talk about our picks and our records here in a second. For me, good week. I made some profit. I would have made a lot more if my biggest bet wasn't on Trent Dilfer. Sorry ass. We'll get more into that in a second. But my wins, Vanderbilt. I even got the worst number at +3.5. Didn't matter. Diego Pavia is a winner. Will always be a winner. And now Theo Vaughn gets to go out on a date with his mother. Did you see that?
That's awesome.
It's epic.
It is.
Miami -16.5. We were all right about that one. South Florida just running out of gas. Miami, Florida is for real. They got one against the Gators this weekend. I had Georgia money line, which was nice. North Texas -5.5. Never doubt. Blowout against Washington State. My Delaware Blue Hens +10.5 overtime win against UConn. Arizona money line on Friday night. But my losses were my bigger bets, actually. Buffalo -22.5. should have lost that game. Should have lost to Kent State, the worst team in college football. And then UAB minus 10.5. Didn't score a single point in the second half. They scored 31 points in the first half. Kent State had 0 points the first 2 games of the season. And this is how bad UAB's defense is. They gave up 28 points to Akron. And now UAB is, I believe, 39.5, 40-point dogs to Tennessee this weekend. Bet the team total over on Tennessee. They will score 70 points on this defense, guaranteed. So, yeah, no more betting on Trenton Dilfer. That's my fault. Hand up. I'm done with UAB, and I'm going to bet everything Tennessee team over, and they will score 70. Duke, what about you?
Yeah, really rough week betting spreads this week. Is almost as bad as it could be for me. So I'm going to focus on the positive, which looking at my win total preseason bets that are still doing well, and my preseason conference winner bets that are showing some promise. So Vandy, great win. I've got them over 4.5 wins, and they looking pretty good there after beating Tech and South Carolina. Buffalo, even though they killed me in my lock, they did actually win the game, and I have a Buffalo win total over, so I'm glad they were able to pull it out.
Win is a win.
And in my Big 12 bets, I took Iowa State and Utah, and I'm a little excited about Utah. I know it's still a long way to go in that conference in the season, but Utah is looking pretty solid so far. It helps when you know that your quarterback's going to play and actually plays,
Yeah. Where everyone is in on Cam Rising last year, and they had a terrible season. They had them like top 5 in the country and make a run in the college playoffs. Now this year, didn't really talk about them, but now Utah, I think, is the favorite to win the Big 12. They beat Texas Tech this weekend. They're in the driver's seat. Fitz, what about you, betting-wise? Any good wins?
Average week, started 0-2, half-point loss with Georgia. I thought I was going to have a second half-point loss with Notre Dame, but then finished 3-0. The U blowing out South Florida. I was wondering about South Florida. That's a big name right now going around with Virginia Tech's opening. Was he – I've never heard of this guy. Was he like the sexy pick before the Boise and Florida upset, or was it because of those 2 games that he became all of a sudden like the most desired hire?
I know he was getting some love before the Boise game even was played because of the quarterback. So I don't know how much that is he's coaching up the quarterback, but – I don't know anything about him, to be honest with you.
Yeah. He wouldn't be my first pick, but
we know who your first pick.
He seems like a good coach.
Speaking of hiring coaches, can you talk about the post you sent me about Kirby Smart? Was that when we hired Fuente?
That's a bad beat.
2015. It had to been.
It's Fuente. Between Fuente and Pry, they've been there 10 years.
There's only been 2 coaches since Beamer, right?
So we chose to hire Fuente instead of Kirby Smart?
Kirby Smart, yeah.
And that's Whip Babcock did that.
For listeners, it was a meme going around, and it was a screenshot of an article from 10 years ago saying defensive coordinator Kirby Smart. How skinny was he in that post,
too? He's bulked up.
Very interested in Virginia Tech job, and a Hokie fan had retweeted it, quote tweeted it saying we should see if this guy's still interested.
Jesus.
But, yeah, no, the big wins were West Virginia, knocking off Pitt in the backyard brawl, and my boy Frank Wright moving to 6-0 all time against Bill O'Brien.
We should have listened to Fitz.
Yeah,
we should have listened to you.
I told you guys that's
the
how
data
you
never lies.
College football is looking at former NFL coaches.
Definitely, BC burned me in cover 5. Had a really good cover 5 week until that late night game where they got me like minus 20.5. So, yeah, good on you, Frank Wright. All right, so good win for the Mountaineers. I see losses here that you just had Brent Pry.
Brent Pry was our big loss of the weekend.
Was it?
We thank him for his service. It'll be fun. It'll be fun to see who Tech goes after.
Who do you want?
Yeah.
What do you want to happen? Is Mike Vick in the picture?
Yeah, a little bit. My number one choice is John Gruden. I just think it would be a fun hire, energetic hire. I have this wild theory where I think, Mike Vick got into coaching this year at Norfolk State. You get Gruden to come in to be the head coach. You pull Mike in as an assistant head coach, quarterback's coach, whatever you want to put him as coach in waiting, because Gruden is obviously not going to stay somewhere like Blacksburg, but he does want to get back into coaching. So what if you had Gruden and Mike under him, maybe a year, maybe 2 years, and then Mike could take over? This might not make any sense at all or would ever work, but
should be the AD.
in my world, it'd be cool. Get Nick Sorensen as defensive coordinator back in the building. Who else do we have on there?
Here's a name, Brian Hartline.
Yeah, well, did you bring
He's
that
at
up, or
Ohio
did someone else
State.
bring that
You
up?
brought that up to me.
I did
And
not.
I just,
Nah, I saw
someone
it.
did. I
I did.
remember him from the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
Wide receiver. Is he the wide receiver coach or the offensive coordinator at Ohio State?
I don't know, but I'm sure whatever we say Tech should do, they'll end up hiring like the D coordinator from Bowling Green or Western Kentucky.
Akron.
Yeah. Some
UAB.
Some 52-year-old white man with no energy and no charisma at all.
Why don't you all just go get Bud Foster again? What do you think? What do you think he's doing?
He's doing he's just hanging out. He's
Yeah.
he's at Sharky's in Radford,
Picking up
just
chicks.
putting down Jamesons.
Jameson.
Yeah, I was thinking you get Bud Foster back in the mix. I think he does some consulting, helps the program a little bit, and then you get Shane Graham, who still lives in Radford, I believe. Get him as a special teams
Shane
coordinator.
Graham still living in Radford?
Yeah, he lives in my uncle's neighborhood.
Really?
Yeah, right on the golf course.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good
So yeah,
for
get
him.
all the guys back from the 98 to 2002ish era. Get Corey Moore on the staff. Why
Corey
not?
Moore. I was going to say that.
Yeah, it'd be fun. It'd be fun to watch. See who they go after.
Last thing I want to mention, ask both of you, what is this right now? Looking at it, what would be the spread in Charlottesville?
I'm going to say Virginia minus. It's a rivalry game. It should be 13.5, so it's going to be 8.5.
Wow.
Yeah, I was gonna say lower than that, just because of the history and rivalry game.
Yeah, but it's bad right now. I mean,
It's bad right now.
Everything's so week to week, right? We're coming off the worst loss in the history of the program, probably. So I'm way more down. But
Yeah.
a lot could happen if Tech goes 3-3 the next 6 games. Yeah, it's gonna be like a 4.5 point line.
What if you lose to Walford?
The ODU, they still have not put a line out on that game. I just can't wait to see it. We have 2 Walford guys in the building. How crazy is that?
That is
It
weird.
is crazy. Oh yeah, one guy that works over
Tyler-
at Dotson,
Tyler and Matt.
Tyler and Matt.
But they got killed by ODU, which is inexcusable. They also got killed by Vanderbilt, who's a really good football team.
You were up 20-10 at halftime.
Yeah. So
Let's not forget.
And then they were hanging with South Carolina. So the ODU game's just I don't know. What are we saying if they beat ODU without issue? It's like the world's not falling. It's okay, they're kind of back.
Yeah,
So I think it's
closer to a pick 'em at that point.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but
No,
you
UVA
did
is
it.
definitely going to win this year
But that
for sure.
didn't happen.
It
It did not happen. No,
It
that's
did not.
why you play the games.
All right, let's get into some picks. Overall records: Denny and Fitz, you're tied at 5-3-2. I am 2 back at 3-5-2. Last week, we all took Georgia. They did not cover, but they won. I think Tennessee was the better team, to be honest with you. I really like the Aguilar kid. A&M 6.5. They won outright. Denny, you had that. Miami, we all 3 had Miami minus 17.5. We all had West Virginia. We even said it. We're taking the points. Rivalry game, won outright. And then me and Duke had BC and Fitz with the Stanford pick. And that's where the records are. So let's get to our games of the week. We have 6 games instead of 5 because there's 2 games of the week best games of the week that should be on there, and I couldn't decide which one. So I put them both on there. So let's gamble. College game day. Heading down to Miami, we have Florida at Miami of Florida. Miami, Florida is minus 7.5. College game day is going down to Miami. Who do we have here? And I will say this: Florida should have covered that game against LSU if DJ Lagway didn't look like a peewee football player throwing the ball around. I think he had 5 picks. 5 interceptions, and they only lose by 10. So Florida's defense pretty good. Will they be able to stop Carson Beck and the gang? Miami's defense really good, so Lagway's going to have to step it up. Let's start with Denny. Who you taking here?
Shout out to Brian Kelly, the press conference of the year moment. I thought it was hilarious. That reporter was a jerk, and so I'm actually siding with Brian Kelly for the first time ever on that. That reporter was a jerk, just trying to stir up problems. Should be happy with the win, 20-10. All right, so this game I know.
I didn't see it. Can you?
Oh my God!
Can you
They beat Florida 20-10.
Yeah.
In my opinion, Kelly probably shut it down a little bit on offense, but the offense struggled. They struggled on 3rd down. They struggled to do anything to run the ball.
They need a little help.
And the reporter just kept bringing it up in a very negative way. But well, I'll take that back. He just asked one question, which was reasonable, and Brian Kelly must have had a history with this guy, and Brian Kelly just lit into him, and the guy just kept. Then he turned negative and was digging hard at Brian Kelly. So it's a good listen. Go check it out.
Okay.
All right, I know this game. I know what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to take Miami, but I'm not. The way I see it is Florida better. They did hang with LSU despite 5 picks. Lagway played the worst game of anyone's life. I think once he got his head twisted around, he just couldn't get it back on straight. Florida cannot lose this game. Florida's 1-2. Napier's had his history where he almost got fired last year. Somehow, some way, I think Florida's going to cover this game. They might win it. I know Miami's a better team. I know they've looked great. I just still think I don't think Carson Beck and Cristobal are it. And I've been wrong so far. So give me Florida taking 7.5.
Yeah, Miami has now moved up to number 4 in the country.
And they should.
And Oregon's moved back to number 6. And Georgia moved up 1 to number 5. Fitz, who you rolling with here?
Yep, you guys touched on it. I think Florida's better than their record. The defense is nasty. They only lost by 10 to LSU on the road. Was it night game, right? And yeah, Lagway. I mean, how do you only lose by 10? You throw 5 picks. That's actually impressive. That's
insane.
Says a lot about the defense. So yeah, I think they cover this. I don't think they win, but if I'm getting a hook and a touchdown, I'm going to take it.
Yeah, I'm exactly what Fitz there. I don't think they win. I think it's a field goal game, back and forth, maybe a late field goal by Miami because it is at home. But I do think the Gators, I think Lagway is not going to throw 5 picks, and if he throws even 2, they should pull him. Is the backup really that bad? Where this guy throws 5 picks, you're still in the game, and you haven't pulled Lagway? I think he will bounce back a little bit here, but I got to take the points. It's kind of a rivalry game. It's not Florida State, but it is Miami, in-state rival, ACC versus SEC here. I think Florida's defense will give Carson Beck some problems in that line, some problems, and they keep it close. So I'm going to go with Florida as well. And so if we're all taking Florida, that means Miami wins by 30. All right, 2 games of the week. We have 2 big ones that I'm excited about watching. I just have no idea about these teams. And the first one is number 9 at Illinois, at number 19 Indiana, and Indiana's minus 4.5 point favorites. And I just have no clue about these teams. They don't play anybody. Indiana beat Indiana State 73-0. Okay. Doesn't mean anything. Illinois played Western Michigan, shut them out. Illinois did beat Duke, but Duke turned the ball over 5 times. Is that Illinois' defense really that good, or was Duke just, making silly mistakes? And it's interesting that College Game Day picked Florida, Miami, and Big Noon Kickoff, who usually picks Big Ten games, picked Texas Tech, Utah. No one is talking about this game. I think it should be a fun, interesting game. And whoever wins this, gets bonus points for the college football playoffs. So let's go with Fitz here because you seem more excited about this one. Signetti. Is Signetti going to do it at home?
Yeah, I don't know who makes the decisions on game day, but if you're the producer or the host, would you rather go to Miami, Florida, or Bloomingdale, Indiana?
Right.
So I think I know why they chose that.
Excuse me.
I do. I'm excited. I don't know if you remember last year, Illinois was kind of my team. I feel like they covered for me. I think they were 75% against the spread. But I feel like the games that I bet they always covered. So I just have an affinity for them and Brett Bielema. I also like Signetti too, but I think this is a sneaky good matchup. The Big Ten teams are kind of catching, with Michigan down a little bit. Ohio State's still the odds-on favorite, but they're some other teams are kind of rising up. So this is a big game for college football playoff picture. And if I'm getting, it's already moved. It opened at a field goal. It moved to 4.5. It's already moved to 5.5. So people like Indiana. It's a night game, but all that I really like Luke Altmaier. He's played really well. I know they haven't played very many good teams like Grace said. They did beat Duke, who I think is a pretty decent team, much better than the teams that Indiana's played. But Mendoza's look great for Indiana as well. But if I'm going to get 4.5, 5.5 points, I'm gonna take the team that I think is actually a little bit better.
The top 10 team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a big line.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to side with Fitz and take the points. I mean, preseason, Indiana was picked 9th in their conference, and Illinois picked a few spots ahead of them, not many. So
Indiana was 9th this year?
Indiana was picked 9th in their conference preseason.
They went to the playoff last year.
I know.
It's crazy.
I know, it is crazy.
People are still just bashing Signetti's schedule, though. The schedule is
Well, I mean,
awful.
look who they played. I mean, they've killed them all, but
But
played
it
nobody.
means nothing.
So I think, I don't know. Admittedly, I've not watched either of these teams much this year, so I don't have any great insight other than I think they're close enough where if you're getting more than a field goal either side, you got to take the dog, and so 4.5 points is enough to give me Illinois.
Yeah, I'm not betting this whatsoever. I'm not betting the Florida-Miami game either. But for the picks and for our record, I'm gonna go with the better quarterback, and that better quarterback
Altmaier.
is Mendoza.
Nice.
Mendoza is a beast. I know he hasn't really played anybody yet, but clean sheet so far, 10 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
So is Altmaier.
I think Altmaier's overrated in my opinion. I think Indiana will give him a tough time at night at home. I mean, Indiana at home at night, that place is like Lane Stadium.
Did you see the visit? It's like, did you see the pictures? Tech has a really, despite their mediocrity, they have a great fan base.
Right.
A very supportive fan base. Lane Stadium was half empty at halftime.
At
Did you see the pictures?
No.
Yeah.
What about the start of the game?
I'm sure it was
It was
full.
still packed. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, at halftime, 31-0, I'm out of there.
And they were booing. You don't really get that a lot from Tech. I
No.
don't think they've had a lot of reason to do that at halftime.
They used to do it all the time. UVA.
Yeah, that was tough. But yeah, we'll see. Indiana's it's a good environment. That'd be fun.
So yeah, I'm gonna take Indiana minus. I get -4.5 because that's where I put it. I know I've seen the 5.5s, but when we were doing the sheet, it was -4.5. So that's what I get. All right. Moving on, I had to put this game on there too. Another great game. Number 17 Texas Tech at number 16 Utah. Utah -3. Big one here for the Big 12. Winner of this game, I think, will be the favorite to win the Big 12. So, Denny, do you have much on this one? I know you've been talking about the Utes a little bit.
This one's really close for me. I think 3 is the perfect number, and so I don't love either side of it. But I think just based on Utah being at home, great momentum. They're playing well. They're believing. Pretty mad from last year. So give me the Utes -3, but it's just a lean. It's not a bet.
The Utes -3. Fitz, you riding the Utes at home, or you taking Texas Tech?
Yeah, give me the Utes. Devin Dapier is a stud. They can score at will. The only weird thing is that this is a 10 a.m. local kickoff.
Ooh,
Good Lord.
What's that about?
that is because it's big noon kickoff.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
Okay, that answers it.
Okay.
I hate that though. I hate big noon kickoff.
Yeah.
This game should be at night.
10 a.m.
No.
When do you tailgate?
You get the Mormons have no time to.
I mean, but also,
Drink.
how fun is that, though, when you wrap a game at 1:30 of the rest of the day?
The world is your oyster.
The party.
bars.
Bars.
Better win.
Better win.
Better win.
You don't care in college. I mean, you care, but you're not going to
Just
let
pull
that.
up-
It's
pull-
definitely not going to ruin your Saturday.
Just
No.
pull an all-nighter.
Do they party in Utah?
Not like they
No.
do in Radford, Fitz.
No, they don't.
So are you taking the Utes?
Yes.
All right. We're making 3 for 3. Taking the Utes because of their quarterback play. Defense back up to where it should be. I think Utah, I don't know their number to make the college playoffs. It's probably not great anymore, but if you have a ticket on that, I would be happy with it because I think the Utes are going to be making the playoffs this year. Let's go to the G5 spot. Tulane is heading to number 13 Ole Miss. Ole Miss -11.5. Is that enough points for Tulane to cover the spread against Kiffin and the running Rebels?
The answer is yes to that. Yeah. So a couple things going on here. Lane's dealing with a decent roster, not like the roster last year. Jackson Dart is not in Oxford right now. Is it Oxford? Is that right?
That sounds right.
Okay. What's the other one? What's the other Mississippi State? Where's Mississippi State? Somethingville.
Starkville.
Starkville.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's dealing with a decent roster, not a great roster. Look ahead spot for Ole Miss. They got LSU next week. Tulane is one of my G5 darlings. I expect Ole Miss to win, but not to cover. So give me the points.
Yeah, good win. Tulane, good win against Duke.
Yeah.
I think Ole Miss is overrated. Quarterback, the Simmons kid, still banged up and hurt. Arkansas did whatever they wanted on offense. The defense struggles. I think Tulane has a lot of points, and watch out for an outright victory here. Watch out for a little big upset here. Fitz, you like the green wave?
Yes.
Of Tulane from New Orleans?
Yes. Yeah.
Let's go. We're on the same.
You know how
page.
some teams you hate to bet, some teams I love to bet Tulane. I
Tulane's awesome.
enjoy it.
Also,
Name the famous baseball player from Tulane. You'll never get this. I don't even know if y'all remember this guy, to be honest.
So he's not that famous.
Actually,
Ryan Langerhans.
Actually, I'm the king of cap. He didn't go to Tulane.
Oh my God!
The guy you still haven't said yet?
It's
The guy you haven't said yet still doesn't go there? He could make up a Tulane baseball player.
Oh, man.
Who did you confuse it with?
I confused it because Booth, or my buddy Booth, as you know, was so confident that Houston Street was a pitcher for Tulane. He actually went to Texas.
Tennessee.
Went to Texas.
So not even a green jersey, just
So,
like
and
not the same state.
yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, great segment.
King
We'll
of
cut
Cap.
that.
No,
Cut
keep
that.
No, we
in.
won't. Tulane. Give me the points, and I love the over.
Okay.
Love the
Fitz
over.
Great over player.
Love the over.
Your lock was over.
Anytime
Hit
there's
it.
an over in the 60s, I have to take it.
Hammer it.
Congratulations to the Cubs making the postseason. First time since 2020.
Very excited for
Clinched
them.
it today.
Okay, is that on a TV? Why did you just say that? Okay, distracted again.
And the Red Sox suck. All right. So we're all on Tulane with the points, plus 11.5. Is this a bet we're going to throw in?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sure.
Yeah, I might bet that.
Let's
All
do it.
Parlay
let's
with
do
the over?
it. Let's do it. All right,
Man.
let's get into the grudge match. State of Texas heating up here. We got a Big 12 versus ACC. SMU. Fitz's Mustangs. Maybe not your Mustangs anymore after Baylor. SMU at TCU, who routed North Carolina in the opening game. TCU is -7 at home. Is that enough for the SMU offense to hang on, but their defense is so bad that this line is kind of scary? Fitz, who you riding with here?
I'm going to go with the Horned Frogs.
Wow.
I think they get it done. A revenge game from last year. Talk a little bit more about that game later. But, yeah, give me TCU.
Jenny, who you rolling with here?
Can't believe what he's about to say.
I don't.
This guy hates SMU more than anyone in the country.
I would say after the Baylor game, some newfound appreciation for their ability to create explosive plays. Is that an olive branch I can extend to?
That's
Okay.
good.
So yeah, I don't like either one of these teams enough to lay 7 points, I guess is how I would look at it. So for that, I'm just gonna when in doubt, take the dog, take the points. So I'll just give me 7. SMU.
SMU has the firepower on offense to stick around. Do they win this game? I don't think so. I think TCU is better all around, offense and defensively. But SMU's defense just won't get stops that they need. They'll get enough to keep their offense in it. 4-point game here. TCU late touchdown to win it. SMU covers. So I'm going to take SMU in the points. I'm with Denny here. In the last game, the toilet bowl game, this is just beautiful game right here.
it really is.
I know y'all are going to be watching this one. Maryland Terrapins. No one's been talking about them. They're awful. At Wisconsin.
Well done.
And Wisconsin is -10 against Maryland, even after the beatdown Alabama just gave them. Who are we rolling with, Denny, in this game? I know it'll be on one of your TVs.
It will not. It's not going to make the cut. It will not make the cut. But, yeah, I mean, Wisconsin can't score. We talked about this. They laid 17 on Miami of Ohio, right?
But how much did their defense give up on Miami, Ohio?
0.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, with that in mind, Wisconsin, it's going to play Wisconsin football. They're going to run the ball. They're going to eat the clock. I can't see me laying 10, so I'll take the Terrapins.
It's a good point. Fitz, who you got here?
I'm going to go with the Wisconsin.
Wins.
Yeah, admittedly, I don't know much about either one of these teams. But the line has moved. People are all over the Badgers, so it might be a little too late getting all the way to 10. But I'm still gonna take it.
Maryland
This truly is a toilet bowl game.
stinks.
Yeah, they're bad.
Maryland's beyond stinky. And I think Wisconsin rolls here. Maryland might score a touchdown. The Badgers still have a decent defense. Bama did give them problems, but I think Bama is a national championship contender. Fluke game against Florida State. I like the Badgers here, -10. And Luke Fickell needs this win. If he doesn't get this win, he's the next one fired. Guaranteed. They lose to Maryland, he's out.
Fans are getting a little fickle
Yeah.
in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Badgers, he needs it. He knows how bad he needs it. He's going to pour it on the Terps here. Wisconsin is with their starting quarterback, but they were without him against Bama. I think be fine. They'll run the ball. Maryland is not a good ball club. Wisconsin, Badgers, and I need them. I took them over 5.5 wins for some reason at plus money. At the beginning of the season, I got trigger happy. I don't know, man. It's something about Wisconsin that I like. Basketball, football.
The pronunciation.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll take them.
That's good joke. Yep. That was fun.
You're a funny guy. All right, so to recap, Duke, you're on Gators, Illinois, Utes, Tulane, SMU, Maryland. I have Florida, Utah, the Hoosiers, Tulane, SMU, Wisconsin, and Fitz is on Florida, Illinois, the Utes, Tulane, and TCU, Wisconsin. All right, let's get into our Super Dog upset of the week. How did we do last week? 1 and 2. Fitz with the Vandy plus 5.5 play. Very nice. So
Well
you
done.
get 5 points for a cover and, 5 points for an outright win plus whatever the spread was. The spread was 5.5, so that is 10.5 points. So you're in the lead at 15.5. Denny's at 7.5, and I'm at 1. Denny, who'd you pick?
Last week,
I
I took Duke, and I lost
They
badly.
lost to Tulane.
Yeah.
And I took Florida Atlantic. Boy, was I wrong. Florida International was way better. Florida National's first win against FAU in 7 years.
It's a new day in
good,
Pitbull Nation.
Good for them. Good for them. And that was just a bad pick. FIU is the better team. Way better. All right, so let's get into it. Let's start with the guy in the lead. Fitz, who is your dog?
Let's go with the Fighting Illini on the road.
Man loves that 5.5 spread.
5.5 is a good number. For the reasons I stated earlier, I just think this is a good spot. I think they can win this game. So trying to get the 5 points and the extra 5.5 on top.
All right, let's do it.
What about you, Greg? You're going for the kill shot. You're trying to end this whole thing.
I
week
am.
3.
I really like Denny's pick. I like Denny's pick. I'm even going to put Denny's pick in plus Denny's pick money line as well. But, yes, they look terrible. This team looked terrible last week. I know. I thought Oklahoma wouldn't use Mateer like they did. I mean, he's
so good.
He's so good, but why were they running him like Cam Scatterbo? Like, he's going to get hurt. So I'm taking Temple plus 23.5. I wanted 24, didn't get it, missed it. Perfect fade spot for Georgia Tech. Coming off a great victory, a hard victory against Clemson. Haynes King, he is everything for that team. And I'm sure he got banged up against Clemson. They do not want to hurt him. They don't want to run him as much against Temple. I think this is a letdown spot for Georgia Tech. And the Owls are not as bad as they should. I mean, that game was horrendous to watch against Oklahoma, but they're not as bad as they showed against Oklahoma. And so I'm going to try them out here. How about an outright win, huh?
Yeah.
That'd be unbelievable. I'm just going for the cover, but an outright win would help me out a lot here for points. Denny, love your pick.
Yeah, no, I like yours as well. I think they're going to shut down Haynes King early and often, so I'm with you on that. No reason to run that one up. All right, yeah, give me Southern Miss getting 3 at Louisiana Tech. Despite everybody knowing about Coach Huff coming from Marshall, bringing himself and all his players, the public has not adjusted on Southern Miss's numbers yet. They've been covering handily. So I see them winning outright. Give me a 10-point win by Southern Miss against La Tech. And just a bonus pick for the folks out there, I was really back and forth between Southern Miss and ECU. ECU gets BYU at home. Similar situation, tough travel spot for BYU. And Yeah, I like the Pirates as well. But yeah, my pick for the week is
Pirates.
Southern Miss.
We
Yeah,
talked about partying in Utah. Could there be a bigger contrast in games this week between schools and BYU versus ECU?
Yeah.
Party.
Is ECU like Radford Light?
Oh,
yeah.
they might even be Radford Light. They might be just right up in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
ECU is.
That's where my sister went. She didn't tell me about all that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, big party.
Okay.
Yeah, I like
All
the
right.
Pirates too, though. For
Let's
what it's
get
worth.
into the locks of the week. Locks of the week. We went 1 and 2 as a team. Fitz was the only one to get the lock of the week. Ole Miss, Arkansas over 62.5. Did they hit that in the first half? What an easy lock. I mean, that was no defense in that game. Great pick. I hope everyone hit that.
Hey, great.
as their bet.
59 points at half.
59 points at half.
Was
We've
I
seen-
worried? Absolutely.
That would have been on the bad beat segment.
I'm so jaded from the Cowboys Eagles still.
I was about to say that. I was about to say, well, we saw it with the Eagles Cowboys, but not here. Two bad defenses, and that's why I like Tulane against Ole Miss. Anyways, me and Denny really screwed this one up with UAB Buffalo, almost losing to the two of the worst teams in the country, Akron and Kent State. So let's do better. I'm 0-2. I will start. And speaking of East Carolina beat this team 38-0 last week. I'm taking South Alabama minus 14.5 versus Coastal Carolina. Speaking of party schools, Coastal Carolina has put up 7 points week 1. They scored 7 points against Virginia. They scored 13 points against Charleston Southern. Charleston Southern, I didn't even know had a football team. And 0 against East Carolina. How many of those points were passing touchdowns? 0. The quarterback has 0 passing touchdowns. South Alabama went toe-to-toe with Auburn last week. Auburn, kind of took them, for what they were in the first half, but in the second half, South Alabama Auburn only scored 6 points. So I like South Alabama. I like their offense. They have a good quarterback and a good wide receiver connection there. So I'm going to go South Alabama minus 14.5 to lay it on Coastal Carolina. Coastal Carolina's in shambles. So lock it in. I feel really good about this one. I missed Kansas at minus 12.5. I like that one as well against West Virginia. I think it's now 13.5. And I missed UConn minus 20.5 against Ball State. Also like that one. Because UConn's lost 2 games in overtime back-to-back, and they have one of the best receivers in the country. Who knew?
I think the free concessions at football games at Coastal Carolina is starting to make a lot more sense now.
The free concessions,
Yeah.
They
First,
have-
when they announced it, I was like, that's crazy. It's like, oh, that's why.
that's why.
Please come to the game.
Please.
They are bad this year. They used to be good. What happened? Lost the coaches, lost everything. South Alabama rolls. Denny, you're 1-1. So at least you have a win on the board. Who's your lock this week? Let's do better.
Yeah, I was going to take your pick, honestly, but
Wow.
I wanted to be different. I mean, things are going terribly bad in Conway, South Carolina for the Chanticleers. And, yeah, Charleston Southern might be one of the worst teams in the country, and they only scored 13. So I like your pick. But just to be different, give me the Miners. Give me UTEP laying 5.5 at home against UL Monroe. UL Monroe's offense has struggled mightily, and it feels really good to get back into a Miner nation. So picks up.
Malachi Nelson.
Yeah.
Malachi Nelson, who, people forget, was the number 1 quarterback out of high school. And where did he went to? No, he was at Boise State for a year, then he went somewhere else, and now he's at UTEP slinging it around. They look good. I don't know what's up with Texas, because UTEP was looking good with them for 4 quarters.
Yeah, they played well.
I'm looking forward to that El Paso song that Duke sent us every
yeah.
week for 13 straight weeks, like
Yeah.
2 years
Picks
ago when you're all
up,
over
picks
it.
up.
Yes.
Picks
good
up.
And the funny thing
UTEP
that-
is winning you a lot of money.
I think that
Oh,
year
yeah.
they went 5-5, but they wanted me money every
Oh, yeah,
week
they-
somehow.
yeah.
So
all
you
about
have
18.
here minus 4.5,
Yes. Correct.
but you said 5.5. So just
No, I said just now. I said
Yeah.
they went 5-5 last season.
no, not just.
Oh, well, okay.
You said minus 5.5.
Well, run the clip back. 4.5.
We have
is
to
the
do this
line.
again.
4.5.
Start
All
the
right.
whole podcast over.
All right, he's got him at 4.5. We'll give him 4.5. All right, Fitz. Let's stay on. Let's stay winning here. Let's go
Yeah.
2 for 2.
I'm gonna bet. I'm gonna watch the podcast back. I'm gonna bet that's cap. I'm gonna bet that I
Well,
said 4.5.
Lena will just put it in again
Yeah.
for us like she did
It's
last
not.
week. It was so good.
It's not.
No, the line has moved to 5.5 in some spots, and that was in your brain. And I think you just
I'm pretty sure you said 5.5.
run it back. But just to be different, give me the Miners. Give me UTEP laying 5.5 at home against UL Monroe.
Give me UTEP laying 5.5.
I wasn't
We'll
listening,
back into
so
this.
I can't contribute here. But
All right,
I'm
can't
going to go
wait.
with a even higher total than we went
Yeah,
last
give us
week.
another over.
64.5. SMU at TCU. You guys can see the sheet, but these teams scored 108 points last year's matchup.
Good Lord.
I'm
That's
asking for
crazy.
60% of that, dude.
That's it.
That's it.
It's a reasonable ask.
These teams can't stop anybody. You're never dead with this number. So it's just I just love high totals in college football.
Lots of points.
64.5 over. Ship it.
I like
Let's
this, I
go.
like this niche that you carved out for yourself.
I'm gonna get a 70 burger later this year. for
He
sure.
loves the overs, and they hit, man. Let's go. All right, so to recap our party parlay of our locks, I like this one, so I'm going to say that I'm going to put all three of these in, is the SMU TCU over 64.5. Lots of points in that game. UTEP minus 4.5, even though it's minus 5.5. Go get the alternate spread, minus 4.5 for the parlay, for parlay purposes.
Yeah.
And then South Alabama minus 14.5. Go get that now before it moves. Those are our locks of the week. Really good weekend. Even though a lot of teams on bye, like Georgia, Penn State, Ohio State, we still got a really good slate of college football. I love college football. A lot of upsets. Can't wait for this weekend. And we got a wedding. We'll be in Philly, breaking
will.
cards
Yep.
and watching football, hopefully,
and
for
watching
a little bit.
Holy matrimony. Yeah.
A big
Talk about
Catholic wedding.
Talk about the card. The breaking thing's a cool thing. What are you guys doing?
Yeah, we're going to go to the Philly Card Show. eBay Live has us setting up.
The main stage.
Main stage, no big deal, from
10
10 to 12
on Saturday morning.
on
Yeah.
Saturday morning. We're doing single auctions of NFL cards, numbered cards, rookie cards, autographs. Come in, come see us, come get some good deals. Got anything to add to that?
Love it.
Only thing I would say is giblets.
Giblets, we out of here. Run the tape back.
Run it back.